So just finding a comfortable seat, or you could also lie down, but just take a moment to make yourself really comfortable. If you're sitting, you could sit on a chair, the soles of your feet on the floor. You could sit on a pillow, like a firm pillow or a block. The ground. And just getting comfortable. And bringing your hands to rest somewhere on your body. And then allowing your gaze to soften and lower. And if you're comfortable too, you can close your eyes. And just taking a moment to orient in the space that you're in. Noticing the ambient sounds of your environment. The temperature of the air. And the sense of the support that you're sitting or laying down on. And then within the environment, just allowing your awareness to settle towards your skin. Noticing through your skin where you're meeting clothes, where you're meeting space. And this sense that the skin can soften a little bit. And as it softens, just allowing awareness to sink beneath the surface. And to gently meet this inner realm, the inner world, the inner landscape. And without any agenda, just to simply meet what is there. As you meet what is there, you might notice your attention wander towards one sensation or a thought, a feeling of an emotion. And just noticing where your attention is drawn to in this first instance. And then simply inviting your awareness to just sense into how your breath is feeling right now. Noticing first of all the most obvious movement that your breath creates in your body. And that most obvious movement, without exaggerating it, just sensing where is that clarity of movement for me in my breathing? Where can I feel it very tangibly? And this most tangible felt sense of your breathing, the air moving in through your nose into your lungs, and the air moving from the lungs back out is our external respiration. It's how we draw the space around us into our body. And how we release space within us back into our environment. A constant exchange. And so just feeling that interplay of outer space, space around you moving in, and inner space pouring out. And the next time that you're breathing in, with your attention and your imagination, follow that in-breath through the nostrils, all the way down the throat. Imagine that breath pouring evenly into your lungs in all directions, forward, back, up and down, to the sides. And the in-breath traveling through the nose, through the throat, into the lungs. And the air that's drawn in as it comes into the lungs pours all the way down to where eventually it is drawn into the bloodstream. The nutrients of the air that we've breathed in transfer into the bloodstream, and in that moment our breath becomes liquid. And that liquid travels all the way to the heart, and from the heart is propelled all the way through this inner landscape to every single cell. And as that nutrient-rich blood, the oxygen-rich blood travels through to the tiniest capillaries, every single cell receives those nutrients, that oxygen. And every single cell releases the carbon dioxide and what is no longer required. And the deoxygenated blood runs like a river all the way back to the heart. All the way back to the lungs. And transfers from this liquid medium back into air, and as the air pours back out into our environment. But if you bring your attention into that fluid breath, the liquid breath, and this is our internal respiration, there's no huffing and puffing, there's no technique. We're not trying to do anything. And just opening our awareness to that fluid movement, cell to cell. Each single cell expanding and condensing as it breathes. as you allow your awareness to sink into this substratum, or this much quieter experience of our breath, this under the surface exchange of fluid through the membrane of each cell, just notice whether that most obvious movement of your breath in your body that we brought our attention to a moment ago, whether it's quietened down a little bit, in the sense that as we turn up the volume to this internal respiration, our external respiration can actually be this very quiet thing. This very gentle sponging in of air and releasing out of air. Opening to this sense that we're breathing deep within the body, all of the tissues, the fluids, breathing, all of the organs. And this sense almost that we're being breathed from this inside place, this inner place. And what you might find is that the movement of external respiration actually quietens down to the point where there might not be such obvious movement. Where the breath is almost invisible. Where awareness can dilate from the local, from the region of the lungs, all the way out into the whole of your body. This cellular breathing. This quiet hum of aliveness that is constantly beneath. And all we're doing is opening our attention to that. Not making anything happen. And as you continue to just allow your attention to wander through this inner landscape, you're seeing if any of the tissues or any of the cells that might be holding, over holding, where there's tension, could release, so that the weight of your body finds its pathway through the bones into the support of the ground. And the layers of habitual holding perhaps, or unnecessary, not required in this moment to keep you here, could soften away. And notice if that opens a little more space or availability to sense and imagine this liquid breath. The deep ocean current of our breathing, far beneath the surface of the waves. And even though the felt sense of movement might be a little quieter now, and you just bring your attention back to where you can feel external respiration moving your body. So air moving in through the nose, into the lungs. And air moving from the lungs back out. Noticing, where does the movement feel most obvious to you now? Bringing your awareness back to the skin of your body, this highly sensitive organ of perception. Again, sensing ground beneath, temperature of the air. Noticing the ambient sounds in your environment. And very slowly, if your eyes are closed, just allowing the eyelashes to lift the tiniest amount, like a tiny little blink, just allowing the light back in. And ever so gently opening the eyes a little more, and allowing the eyes to wander around the space and perceive the shapes and colors. Noticing what you feel. Noticing how you can be in the environment and simultaneously this quiet sense of that inner substratum, that quiet liquid breathing. And we'll finish there. Thank you.